from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Buffalo Bulls offense takes the field. And here he comes. This offense is built completely around the talents of this running back, a rare commodity in today's game, and all eyes are on him.
And the defense knows it too. You know every single snap this defense is going to be keying on this running back, knowing that he is the key to the offense's success.
Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. To the air, it's Foster. Trying to get to it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Leaves it with the running back. At midfield, he's got room. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. The Bulls want to pick up the tempo.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
To the ground. He's got it again. They worked that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Quick strike complete. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on 3rd down. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And that's what you're trying to do, not just in this game, but for the season. You're just trying to set the tone defensively, and they do that getting the sack. They feel good about their front 7 and all the athletes they have. It'll be fun to watch this unit for the rest of this game and see how they do in one-on-one situations.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. The Cornhuskers offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Looking for a man. It's Daniels. He finds his man. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
Quickly complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Huskers are flying down the field. Out of the gun, the running back has it. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. He'll take the deep shot. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there. The Cornhuskers racing to the line in the hurry-up. The give out of the gun. They'll give him 4 yards on the carry. It's down at the 8-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Makes the grab, and he will score. Touchdown, Nebraska. And the extra point makes it 7-3. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Buffalo has it back. Let's see what the Bulls offense can do. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
And listen, you get zone coverage and you can hit that curl route and he comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
Gonna run it. It's Cameron. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Back open in the middle. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. And the misconnection on 3rd down. And the Bulls send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Bringing it back, it's Moses. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy.
And the quarterback is snowed under. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
That is a tremendous job by the defender on that play, because when the ball was thrown, his head was turned around. He was watching the receiver, quickly spun the head, turned his shoulder, located the ball, and then knocked it down.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Early movement on the offense will push them back a bit.
False start offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Huskers will call on their punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover units. Line gets set, 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And they knocked him down almost immediately.
There's a very high standard and a high bar when you're playing defense at Nebraska. You always hear people talk about the black shirts. Well, this guy right here, he fits into that. because of his speed. You saw in that blitz, they had no shot of blocking him. He's able to get home to the quarterback to come up with a massive sack.
Not much of a gain there on the ground, and that will do it for the first quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. Looking to throw, it's Foster. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. The Bulls decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Running it back, it's Moses. Makes a move. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Pocket starts to collapse. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They'll try to run for it. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. The Huskers moving quickly to the line. Here we go with the run on fourth down. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
I know there's a lot of play callers that would try to throw the football there on 4th and 2, but they decided to run it, and that was a great call. First down.
The Cornhuskers have it with a 1st and 10. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy front of us.
Back to throw, it's Daniels. Unloads to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. He gets it in. Touchdown, Husker.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. Like the passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Got his man quickly. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On the gun, wants to pass. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. And the Bulls will bring the punt team onto the field. Running it back, it's Moses. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. To the air, it's Daniels. It's complete to the right. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
They'll throw it on first down. Pressure coming. Gonna try to get it himself. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything is easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Quarterback will audible. He's back to throw on second down. Makes the catch. It's Moses. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. And the Huskers look to do some damage in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Hit as he throws. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? You see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Buffalo has it back. Let's see what the Bulls offense can do. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Back to pass, it's Foster. Fires downfield. It's complete. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down.
Could that be the play that finally wakes them up? Just not a lot of good going on offensively here in this first half. They've only got 3 points to show for their efforts. They haven't been throwing it a lot, but they took a shot there. They got a chunk play. Now they're in a position. They need to score a touchdown here before the half is over.
Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
Pulls it in, it's Cameron. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Good, right down the boulevard. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thank Thanks, fellas. The end of a very interesting first 2 quarters in Lincoln. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will. And with that, back to the Sea of Red and our guys at Memorial Stadium.
All teed up and ready to go here in the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this...
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
To the air, it's Daniels. Dances away. The throw. Firing to the right, complete. Oh, how did you make that move? Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. The run from the shotgun. Turns it on in midfield. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position. Running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
Quarterback checking the play. They'll throw it on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
His QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on those body blows so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Oh, he's going backwards, in trouble, and down he goes. A tremendous loss. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Huskers will punt it away on fourth down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
Looking for the end zone. And that ball is picked off. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. So you get stuffed on first down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on second, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
Yeah, you got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play? Or what is the defense going to do? If they've been aggressive, okay, well, if they've been aggressive, I'm going to throw that deep ball. If they've been sitting back, I might sneak a draw in here.
They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Softened him up with a run, now to throw. Fires to the big fella. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. And here comes the offense on second down. Handoff from the gun. Running with power. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Yeah, and I think third and short is the perfect time to run RPOs because I can give the football or make the read, but I got to make sure in these situations I'm accurate with the football either way. Wasn't accurate with the football, now you got a fourth down situation.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own great field position. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Scanning the field, it's Foster. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. Here's the handoff. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. The Bulls want to move quickly. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Quick release on the RPO. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that guy.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And on that situation, the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? Wide out in motion. On second and goal, they believe he's got a nose for the goal line. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ballgame and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Got a little room. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Nebraska. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Quick pass on the fly motion. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Looking downfield, it's Foster. They're trying to get to it. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And there's a great example of living to play another day. QB in the pocket, nobody open, throw it out of bounds.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Complete downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the fourth quarter, their execution on have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
And the Bulls in the hurry up. On second down, he's looking downfield. He's got an open man. Open runway ahead. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
And listen, QB's got to find ways to push the ball down the field and make sure defenses don't just sit in zones and stay shallow. Nice job by the QB. Push it down the field. Make some big plays, baby.
A first down run on the doorstep. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buffalo.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Fights his way for a couple, but stops short of the marker. It's 4th and 1. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Hand off from the shotgun. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through him.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
All right, so I know the defense is going to be aggressive, right? They got their stop. They forced a 3rd down. How aggressive does the offense want to be in response? Because if I throw the football, get a 1st down, I can run this clock almost out. This defense has to make a choice, but this offense, how aggressive do you want to be?
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
They have the lead in a 1-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. But this carries big-time risk on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got it, and they convert. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
That was such a risky call. With the lead late in the game, to go for it on 4th down, that could have been disaster if they don't get it. But with the conversion, now the question, is that enough to ice this thing and win the game?
Got 3 on 1st down and 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the 1st down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
We've reached a 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. Big 3rd down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. Touch pass on the run. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Cornhuskers will line it up on 1st and 10. Open space at the 25. He now has 108 yards on the ground, and with that run, he eclipses the 100-yard mark in this season opener. And the Huskers headed quickly to the line. They're going to ride this running back. Got enough space. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the 4th, and the Brain Trust will go to work. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Husker!
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Buffalo has it back. Let's see what the Bulls offense can do. Quarterback empties his backfield. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Makes his connection. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. And he can't hold on to the ball at the end of this big game. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. The offense set for a first down play. Back to pass, it's Daniels.
And the defense gets him on the ground for the 4th time today, by the way. They've pressured him. He's still done an unbelievable job making completions. But you know what? Get him on the ground when he's got the ball. He can't make something happen. Keep hitting him.
Ball is free. Now the defense has got it going the other way.
Man, that's a bad fumble. I mean, you're going to give the ball to your playmaker.
Hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. They'll go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Huskers will try to pin them back with the punt.
Yeah, and really good 3rd down situational defense. You know it's 3rd and long. You know the pass play's coming. Defense was ready. Nice job forcing the 4th down.
So how good you feeling right now if you're on offense in this situation? You want to just play conservative? You want to punt it over and let your defense finish out the game? Or do you trust your quarterback to go make a play and win the game right now?
Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. Offense set on 1st down. He's looking to throw it. Feeling some heat. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high, and wide on that one. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. They're bringing heat. He'll pull it down. And that is how we will wrap this one up. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.